Yeah, I really appreciated your standard Clarkian style, historical, theological. The style that you normally write with was there, but there is a tone that was very pastoral. And it reminded me of when you preach and you're very down to earth and you just speak to us. And that is the tone that I see in this book. And I would use it as I'm preaching through the Heidelberg Catechism for our catechetical service. I would use it in family worship. And I think it's especially helpful for guys like us who are, maybe a little nerdy, but that's okay, like in a good way, to use it as a daily devotional as we go, or a weekly devotional, whatever it may be. In the Westminster Standards, it talks about how the Lord's Day, you keep it holy by worshiping God publicly and privately. And something you can do as a family together, maybe between services, is go through this book. So I think there's a lot of options that you can do with it, and I'm looking forward to using it.
Well, I appreciate that. I started probably in 2007 or 2008, something like that, writing on the catechism. And it just kept growing and growing. And then I thought, I should probably do this a little more seriously. And so I tried to write a little more carefully. And then when I pulled it all together, and actually the first time I sent it to the publisher, it came back. And I looked at it and I realized, well, this is just what, everybody else does. And it's not that much different from what's already out there. And I thought I need to make this a little more serious and beef it up. So that's how it came to be the big fat volume that it is. But so you're right to...
Oh, it's beefed. Yeah, you beefed it.
You're right to detect, though, that the original sort of core of the catechism is intended to be accessible and popular and pastoral. I really intended that.
So 15 to 17 years is what you're talking about. That's how long this project took you from the beginning till
20.
Yeah, that's right.
But then I'm just not very good at math.
Yeah.
No, I think 17 is the starting. Yeah. 17, 18.
They said there would be no math on this podcast.
And yet here we are.
So, so I was at it for a long time. And I want to thank the publishers, because they were very, very patient with me, because I totally blew the deadline by several years. And they gave me a space to try to do it the right way. So I'm very grateful, because that does not always happen.
This book really is, in a lot of ways, it seems going to be your magnum opus. It's a real achievement. This is not throwaway.
No, don't throw this book. Yeah. That would be really bad. Unless you lift weights regularly, don't throw this book, because you will hurt yourself.
Well, it's not even something that you read once and then you're done with it and you hand it on. Like, this is something that you should have on hand for a long, long time. And it will be useful, repeatedly as you need to refresh yourself about things in the catechism, background, thoughts on it, theological significance. This is a lasting contribution. Yeah. I cannot imagine seeing a book on the Heidelberg Catechism come out in my lifetime that matches what you've done here.
It's a tour de force.
Yeah.
One of the things that I thought as I was reading it, though, is because I got the privilege of working through a pre-published version of this, a draft that you
privilege, he says, privilege in quotation marks. Yes.
No, it was great. I found it quite an honor to get to work through this and offer feedback. You were gracious to accept that and let me do that. But, one of the things with other books on the Heidelberg Catechism, and even, coming from a tradition with the Westminster Standards at work, we have a couple of books out there now that seem beefy, substantive, that get behind some of the historical debates going on at the Westminster Assembly to help us process some of the significance. And as I've read, other books on the three forms of unity, it doesn't seem like there's something that's quite as deep. A lot of it is, like what you've said, published sermons, devotional reflections, which are great and help people, bring it to bear on their lives and, have it stored up in their hearts to love Jesus more. But, as a pastor, if I were to need something on hand to help me understand this document not so that I know those applications, but so that I can prepare that for people. Well, I haven't found that. And this book is that. This tells you what was going on in the history, what are the debates, What is the theological significance of some of the statements? How have people made sense of this over time? And point you directions about what we're doing with it in life today. So this is a tremendous resource that gets at a lot of details and a lot of depth that's missing in some other great books, but just books that don't do this. This is a one-stop shop for getting right there into the weeds of the Heidelberg Catechism and understanding it better. So preachers need this. Students of the Heidelberg Catechism need this. People need this. It will help you, and it will help your soul. And if you have papers that fly away easily, it will help you in that regard too.